What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I'm here at the Alamo Draft House, about to go check out Thunderbolts, the newest MCU flick. I've been pretty excited for this. I've heard the rumors that it's probably not going to do very well on its opening weekend, which is unfortunate because the reviews seem to be really excellent. It definitely has my interest. So yeah, I'm going to go check this out and then let you guys know what I think here in a few. Peace out.
Alrighty, so I've been out of theater for a couple hours, had some time to marinate on Thunderbolts, and this is going to be my spoiler-free review. So if you haven't seen the film, that's all cool. Watch this video. Hopefully I'm going to convince you to watch this movie if you kind of still on the fence, because it's awesome, dude. It's awesome, my guys. It is completely awesome. I really had time to think about this movie. I was thinking about it on the car ride home, thinking about it when I got home and was setting up equipment to make this video. This might be, outside of the Deadpool and Wolverines and the Spider-Man No Way Homes, this might be the third best post-Endgame Marvel movie. It just had everything that I could have asked for in this film. It fixed a lot of the problems that I've had about the MCU, specifically post-Endgame. I don't even know where to begin, guys. I haven't made any notes for this. I'm just going to kind of ramble and hopefully not ramble too much. But yeah, in short, guys, this movie was really everything that I could have hoped it would be and just a little bit more. There's so much that the things I want to talk about the most are the spoiler stuff, and I will make a spoiler-filled video at some point. But yeah, just keeping it spoiler-free, guys. This movie, it just does a really good job at, I think, giving us these, a lot of people call them the Temu Avengers or the D-list Marvel characters, however you want to word them. But, the ones like Ghost, the ones like Red Guardian or John Walker, the ones that maybe we didn't necessarily fall in love with, this movie does exactly what I was hoping it was going to do and just make us fall in love with these characters. You obviously got Yelena. Yes, this is basically her movie. Florence Pugh kills it in this role. This is by far her best performance as this character. I just think she does a really great job bringing the gravitas of Yelena, her backstory, her motivations, why she is the way she is, her point in life, where she wants to be at. It just does a really good job making her a well-rounded character. And she really is, she's basically the main character of this movie. She's basically our eyes and ears into this world, into this team, into kind of the state of where these characters are going. We kind of just see through her eyes. Then obviously you got Red Guardian, who's a lot of fun. He's very comedic here, and that's kind of been bothering me, but I feel like he's not quite as obnoxious here as he was in Black Widow. In fact, I really quite enjoyed Red Guardian in this role. He's such a fun, David Harbour just brings such energy to this character. Like, yes, it's a little over the top at certain points, but really didn't mind it. Again, just a lot of fun, and again, he does have some really good moments as well in the spotlight. Moving on, you got John Walker, who, was one of the most, I think, unlikable Phase 4 characters. Not even because he was a bad character, just because people didn't like him, because he was a piece of crap, quite frankly, in terms of his personality and his attitude. And while you do get that here, you're also given more backstory. You do understand why he is the way that he is, and Wyatt Russell really does a good job portraying this character. And moving on, you also got Ghost, and Ghost is probably the one that I feel like got shortchanged the most, in my opinion. She's the one I feel like with the least amount of development, and to be fair, we do kind of know her backstory. We know where she is, the way she's at, and from Ant-Man and the Wasp, several years back at this point, I guess. But she's definitely... Y'all know me, we've talked about Ant-Man and the Wasp before. You'll know that Ghost is definitely down there in terms of my least favorite MCU villains. But here, while I can't say I love Ghost, while I'm not like, oh my gosh, I want to go spin-off show on Disney Plus or anything, she does a really good job, I think, redeeming her character. Her action scenes are pretty cool. Again, not a character I'd want to see like a spin-off show or movie of, but one that when she's part of the team, I think she does have pretty good camaraderie with them. And yeah, Lewis Pullman playing Sentry / Bob, just pitch perfect casting. This is like ripped straight from the comics. That's all I'm gonna say. And really just, again, I'm gonna keep it spoiler free, but Sentry is an allegory. This whole character arc is an allegory for something very personal, something that a lot of people really go through. And it works beautifully, and that kind of brings it me to my next topic, which is about the themes of this movie. Y'all know me. I've mentioned it several times on this channel before. I am a themes guy through and through. I love some deep philosophical themes. I love the meat of a story, you know. It's those kind of like allegorical stories, the ones that really tackle character-driven, just kind of like psychological stuff, if that makes sense. And this movie is, I think this movie really does a lot of those things, and I think that's what made me go from, you know, this is a really good movie to a great movie to borderline one of Marvel's best films. I'm sure if y'all been reading the reviews, this movie definitely does focus on mental health and a lot of different mental health issues, from trauma to loss, even to depression to a certain degree. It all just meshes together nicely. It's also the fear of being an outcast as well, because, and this isn't a spoiler, we all know these characters. They're all outcasts to some degree or another. Yelena's lost most all her family. Red Guardian feels like he doesn't have a place in the world. Post Black Widow, because obviously he's not in Russia, helping his country. He's wanting to relive the glory days. John Walker's obviously a disgraced and fallen hero who's seeing somebody else take up the mantle of Captain America. Not that it was really ever his to begin with, of course. Ghost, who we do know from Ant-Man and the Wasp, had a really troubled past. So, you know, you get all of these characters together. They're all trying to find this sense of belonging, and just the way that their motivations, their character journeys, however you want to word it, the way that it progresses is just so wonderful, so beautiful even, just almost poetic. I mean, this is what Marvel does best, is just take a team of characters we either A, don't know about, or B, maybe we didn't all that love the first time, but just really redeem them and just make the audience fall in love with them the way they should have the first time. And that's exactly what this movie does. Again, just really great themes that really help enrich these characters. It's a very character-driven story, and the movie also is very funny, but it's all, I would even say it's one of the funnier MCU films we've gotten in a while, outside of like Deadpool and Wolverine, obviously. But while it's funny, it does exactly what the MCU has kind of been sucking at lately, to where it doesn't overdo the humor, it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's like a funny gag here and there. There are certainly a character or two that's more comedic than others, but at the end of the day, this is a film that just, you know, it knows when to lock in. I'll just leave it at that. It knows when to be funny, but it also lets these emotional moments breathe. The third act in particular, again, no spoilers whatsoever, but there's a line where somebody basically says, "I'm all alone." That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna know it when you hear it. And the build up to that moment, and then when the line was actually said, I'm not gonna lie, it almost made me shed a tear or two in the theaters. It was really well done, really perfectly timed, and just really emotional. And there's a lot of that moment, a lot of those moments in the third act in particular, that just really, really work, are just really emotional and poignant. The action, I would say action-wise, like, it's not Shang-Chi level good, but it's some really good hand-to-hand fight scenes. It's not a lot of fast cuts or shaky cam. It's really, you know, wide open fist fights. There's definitely some cool cinematography that they do here, and you know, this is a very beautifully shot Marvel film, definitely one of the better ones. Maybe it's because they did a lot of practical stunts over CGI, so the film just looks crisper and better than, say, the likes of Quantumania, Thor: Love and Thunder, or Multiverse of Madness, some of those. Even the opening scene, which isn't a spoiler, they have this clip on YouTube and several trailers where Yelena jumps off a building. She actually jumped off the building. That was legitimately a practical effect. It wasn't, you know, it was like Tom Cruise jumping off a building. It wasn't CGI or anything like that. And that's just something I really appreciate about this film. And again, the cinematography, the shots and all that, I mean, it's not Dune Part 2 level, but for a Marvel movie, it's definitely more than above average. But yeah, you know, I wish I could kind of go more into this film and the things that I loved. I mean, if there's anything I didn't really particularly thrill about the film, I would say that I kind of wish I had seen a little more of a certain character who, I'm not going to give away any spoilers about this, but that's all I'm going to say. You'll know more in my spoiler-filled review, because again, I just really want to tiptoe around spoilers. Don't want to give anything away. And I really implore all of you guys to check this movie out if you haven't already. It's a fantastic film. It's a great character study of these different characters. Haven't even mentioned Bucky Barnes yet. Obviously, he's in the film as well. Sebastian Stan once again gives a wonderful performance. And I guess the last thing that I'll mention too is this is a Marvel movie that is probably one of the most self-contained Marvel films we've gotten in a very, very long time. Like outside of probably not since at least Wakanda Forever. Maybe Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I guess, would be another one, to where you really don't have to watch a lot of films to really know what's going on here. I mean, it definitely enriches it if you've seen, like, the first Black Widow, Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I would say as long as you've seen maybe at least Black Widow, you don't have to do a lot of homework for this film, which I think is just really, really great overall. It's great to just have a Marvel movie that you don't have to watch 5 shows, 3 movies, even non-MCU films, maybe like in the case of Deadpool and Wolverine, to, understand what's going on here. It's just great to have a really self-contained MCU film that takes itself seriously, knows when to lock in, knows when to give us a good laugh. It's just overall a great ride, and I really implore you guys to go and check this movie out. Don't let this movie fail. Like, show Marvel and Disney that this is what we want more of. Again, I think you all will be very pleasantly surprised. It's not going to go the way you normally think a Marvel movie goes, or even a superhero flick in general. I think it has some great themes about mental health issues, and again, the characters like Yelena that I really liked, I just liked even more, and the characters like Ghost or, Red Guardian or John Walker that I was a little more iffy on, I just think they're done so much better here. And again, it's self-contained, it's really its own movie. So yeah, overall, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It is probably, like I said, outside of Deadpool and Wolverine and No Way Home, I think easily the best post-Endgame Marvel movie. It may or may not be in top 10 MCU. It's a really bold claim. I'd have to watch Thunderbolts again and then probably go back and rewatch a few other MCU films that are my favorites to really make that assumption. If it is, it would definitely be like lower in the top 10, or it might even be 11 or 12, but it's up there, guys. Like, I definitely look forward to watching this movie again. And once again, my spoiler-filled review will be up in the next few days, so make sure you keep a lookout for that. But for now, guys, just let me know in the comments down below. What did y'all think about Thunderbolts? Did you love it? Did you hate it? In fact, what has been your favorite post-Endgame Marvel movie? And if you don't want to answer that, then who was your favorite Thunderbolts character? But whatever we do, guys, just make sure we keep it spoiler-free for the people who haven't watched it yet. Let's be nice to our fellow fans here. And yeah, just, keep it spoiler-free, keep it positive, guys, and as always, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and I will catch you all later. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you liked what you've seen here and you want to see more, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, and check out my other videos in the link in the description down below, and I will see you all later.